media partners. Before anything else, we in MCWD are happy and proud to be a member of MCBCB for the last 7 years. So, toilet, probably one of the most important inventions in the human history. So, imagine if we don't have toilet. And since early 2800 BC, there are some the toilet was first found in the ancient Greek since 2800 BC. There are proof that there are human waste management systems since then. And this famous English entrepreneur, inventor, John Harrington, invented the first flush toilet in 1560 as a gift to his godmother, Queen Elizabeth I of England. So, throwback memory lane na sa Takajota. But despite of the advancement of technology and maybe some efforts of the government and some NGOs for the improvement of sanitation, still there are 7 million Filipinos who practice open defecation. Pinoys, yes, Pinoys. And this is quite interesting. 84% has cell phones, 70% have improved soil condition, improved toilet condition. This is according to the study. No? So, mas ganahan ang Pinoy yung cellphone kaysa improved toilet condition. Out of this 84%, I think 30% are smartphones. Yeah. And according to JPIC study, I think that was conducted last 2010, they have surveyed maybe a number of households in Cebu City area. 44% of those surveyed said that they have not dislodged the toilets. And what's the reason? This is one of the main reasons. Of course, substandard septic tanks. And if you have substandard septic tanks, most probably mga bottomless, no? So the septage or the sludge, being 80% water, goes down, penetrate siya, therefore polluting our water sources. Because currently, I think most water sources are in Metro Cebu area are deep wells or groundwater sources. So this is the problem. And the result, well, some people said that, oh, yeah, dislodge man me, but when septic tanks are dislodged, still they are disposed in drainage or worse in rivers, still polluting our water sources. So as a result, for tourism and financial issues, the effect on welfare and tourism resulting to loss of around 4.3 billion pesos per year. Kabalumenta sa Boracay issue. Okay, next slide. Environmental and health concerns, the lack of adequate sanitation facilities and infrastructures, and the prevalence of the above-mentioned practices resulted into 4.2 billion kilograms of untreated feces and 33.9 million cubic meters of equivalent black water being discharged to water bodies every year. So, as a result, close Boracay. And then, napag-issue sa ato ang Mactan waters, no? That's why MCWD last August 2016 has implemented its first septage management program. This is an actual picture of our septage management program in operation in currently servicing the municipality of Cordova and the city of Lapu-Lapu City. Now we want to replicate this this project. That's I think that was 2 years ago. We saw an opportunity thanks to MCDCP, which we saw an opportunity from JICA grant for a possible septage management project for the rest of our service area. So, manana mo ang gibuhat doon in partnership with MCDCP. The name of the project is Septage Management Project for Metro Cebu Water District Service Area. Now, the original plan is to have 3 proposed facilities. One will cater north of Cebu City and Mandaue City. The other one center to south of Cebu City and Talisay City, and north to Compostela, Lilo, and Consolacion. This is of course in consonant with the Vision 2050. Now, the following volume or capacity was proposed in Center 1 around 341 cubic meters of sludge per day, Center 2 324, and North 2 141 cubic meters per day. And these are the figures based on their initial visit. The target population in 2017 is around 1.92 million. Equivalent households is 456,692, and equivalent number of septic tanks 415,263. But based on data, are only around 16,600 out of the 415,000 septic tanks are properly treated. So it really shows the condition of our wastewater treatment here in Metro Cebu. Now, for our locations, the selected, as mentioned earlier, there are 3 original sites. But based on the second survey, STP one site is cancelled because of the prevalence of the garbage. So the last time we visited, it's still around 30 meters high. And I don't think any construction for any facility will be possible. So we came down to 2 locations already, STP in Omapad and Amcon site. Still will cover the 6 LGUs as presented. So with these 2 locations, the initial capacity in North STP is 110 cubic meters per day, and then South STP, Amcon site near SM North Reclamation, around 290 cubic meters per day. Now this capacity will be able to cater until the year 2030. Next slide, please. So during the JICA study team's 3rd visit, I think, they have conducted the soil testing or soil investigation and borehole test for those 2 proposed sites. And in North STP, Umapad landfill sites, these are the result of the borehole test. Okay, next slide, please. So, based on boring, the solid waste is estimated to have thickness about 7 to 10 meters. Shallow foundation is technically feasible in the site. So ground improvement is necessary because they are proposing to construct a facility in a landfill site. Site was only closed 2 years ago. It is risky for fire or explosion due to combustible gas, including methane, during the construction and even the operation and maintenance of the facility. Stabilization of closed waste disposal site is 10 to 15 years, but the site was closed 2 years ago. So to confirm safety and stabilization, and gas monitoring as well as gas removal activity have not been conducted in the site. So under the Japanese Ministry of Environmental Law, monitoring of combustible gas is necessary. So because of this result, because of these findings, we have to cancel out the Umapad site. Now, this is the current update for the location. Siguro based sa experience, diligid maayo dahil mag-propose o construct sa landfill site. Kaya na-cancel lang mo yung ayaw kanya, na-cancel lang mo state sa Umapad. So, this is the new proposal. We have only now 1 site remaining. That's in the Amcon site in Cebu City. Still, we'll be able to cater the 6 LGUs, but now this site will be higher in volume. So this is the Amcon site, currently located in the existing Cebu City Septage facility. Now the total capacity of that site is now 400 cubic meters per day. Amcon site will not have enough area to cater sludge beyond 2030. So it is necessary to secure another area for expansion. And with that, we have some issues also for that Amcon site. Number 1, the most important is the land ownership, because that site is actually included in the 93-1 land swap deal between Cebu City and the province. So we are actually really formed a committee with the province of Cebu, Cebu City, and MCWT, and we are looking to fasten the transfer. Not with that, we are actually Cebu City and the province are negotiating if mauna ang that site from the rest of the 93 lots that are. So the second issue is the reclamation works needed, because if you visit the existing site, actually man-made lagoon, and we have to reclaim that lagoon. Third is the rehabilitation of the existing lagoon for the temporary operation, because construction will, I think, 1 year of construction, but we cannot afford to stop the operation. So the Cebu City will still operate their existing facility while construction is ongoing. So there's a need to rehabilitate the existing lagoon for that temporary operation, and the operation of the existing facility prior to the completion of the Grant 8 project. So based on our meetings with the Cebu City and the Cebu Province, these are the preliminary plan responsibilities of each member. MCWD and Cebu Province will share the responsibility for reclamation works. Cebu City will provide the feeding material. Cebu City will rehabilitate the lagoon and construct the temporary field treatment facility. And they will also continue to operate until the completion of the Grant 8 project. That's our agreement. And of course, the authorization to MCWD on the land utilization. So, to give you a summary, so we only have now one septage facility that will cater the whole 6 LGU from Talisay City, Cebu City, Mandaue City, Consolacion, Liloan, and Compostela. That's around 119 barangays. And the capacity is now 430 cubic meters per day. Vacuum trucks, part of the grant also is to provide vacuum trucks, 34 vacuum trucks, 23 cubic meter per day capacity, and 14 9 cubic meter capacity. So these are our deliverables for this July to August. More with Cebu Province and Cebu City Anchor site. We already have our final draft, and we will be presenting also to our exhibits department maybe tomorrow. Our final draft. More with 6 LGUs and Cebu Province. We are currently in our first draft, and we are finalizing it to be dispersed also for the 6 LGUs. More with the 16 private dislodgers, and more with the private landfill owners in Binayo, Cebu City. Still to be drafted. So also, this, of course, the support of the LGU is very much important to implement this project, and we need LGUs to pass on the mandatory dislodging ordinances. Since 2014 to 2016, we have already the ordinances from Talisay City, Cebu City, Mandaue, Consolacion, and Liloan. And hopefully this year, we will be able to get the ordinance from Compostela also. We have scheduled meetings with Compostela together with RGM. And then, if we can deliver all of this, I think the final FS will be given to us, I think, middle of next year. Start of construction is 2020, and start of operation is early 2021. Thank you, and good morning.